What's going on, Bully fam? This is Alex over here at VP Bullies. What I'm going to be going over with you today is, what is dual registry? How do you dual register your American Bully? And what are the benefits to holding dual registry? If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button down below. We appreciate it. Click the bell so that way you can go ahead and get notifications anytime we drop new content. You'll be notified. Thank you for watching, and let's get right to it. Dual registry is basically when you're holding two different registrations, whether you're holding UKC and AKC combined, or UKC and American Bully Kennel Club, ABKC. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, UKC and ABKC. Now, the benefits to holding dual registry, let's say if you're a breeder or an upcoming breeder and you have a stud, in our case we have Magneto, and he only holds UKC. Now, if I wanted to breed him to somebody that only holds ABKC paperwork, I would have to go through this long process that we're going to go over right now to show you how to expedite it within 5 to 10 business days. And be prepared, because whenever somebody's breeding, if they have a female, they want to make sure that you have the right paperwork ahead of time, so that way they're not taking a chance on their litter registration being held up because the stud dog doesn't hold that paperwork. So it's kind of important to be able to have, especially if you have a stud, to hold multiple registries, so that way you can touch different customers, different markets, international, all different types of things. So that's the biggest thing. Not everybody holds UKC paperwork. Some people might hold ABKC and a lot of different registries. So you want to try to register your dog with as many different registries. But in this case, we're just talking about UKC registry and ABKC, the two biggest ones out there right now. So the first step is we're going to jump right into American Bully Kennel Club website. If you don't already have one of these registration forms, you can get it right here and print it out. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on that. You click right here on the registration, and right here on the registration, ABKC lets you know their current processing time is 8 to 12 weeks. So if you have a stud and you're trying to stud your dog out to somebody that only holds ABKC paperwork, by the time you get this paperwork back, if you're not ahead of the ball, it's 8 to 12 weeks. It's time for the puppies to go home to their new home. So you want to be ahead of the game. So ABKC is telling you right here that it's going to be an 8 to 12 week process. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it in 5 to 10, maybe less, depending on where you live. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the download the registration form. You can print this out. It's self-explanatory, basically. It goes over your information, contact information, email. Biggest thing you want to do, make sure you do, sign right there. If you don't sign, it'll hold up your process. Make sure you put an email. I'm real big on emails. That's how I'm able to expedite my process on getting these dogs registered. If it's co-owned, put their co-owned information there. Registry. Now, this registry name obviously is how your dog's registered on the UKC paperwork, or AKC, whichever one you might hold right now. And you can find that right here in the center. So in this case, Magneto's Purple Ribbon, BMT, Magneto, Phoenix Bully Force. So that is what I'm going to put right here in this line. The color, whatever color they have them registered under. Now, some UKC only classifies certain colors. So if you have a Merle, UKC will not classify your dog as a Merle. Whereas ABKC, they accept merles, so you can put the color there. The next thing that you're going to do is breed applying for. Now, with American Bully Kennel Club, they have different classes, different classifications to say. Whereas to UKC, they only classify a bully as American Pit Bull Terrier. That's the only one. There's no different ones. So what you're applying for with ABKC is going to either be a classic, a standard, an XL, or a pocket. In our case, our dogs are real small. We breed micros, so we'll put them in there as micros. I'm sorry, as pockets. So American Bullies. Then you go ahead and fill in the rest of the spots there. You're going to see here where it says current registration. That's where you're going to take your UKC paperwork, your AKC paperwork, and you're going to go right here to your 4-year generation, 7-year generation. On this case, UKC, it's right here underneath the name. You're going to take that registration number and put it right here in this spot. Breed registered as, remember, UKC or AKC, they will classify your bully as American Pit Bull Terrier. So that's why we're going to register with ABKC. So now MAGNETO will be classified as a bully, American Bully. So you put that there. You have to do the same thing for the sir, which is going to be the father and the mother down below. And you can find that information, same spot. Just the sir is going to be on the top and the dam's going to be on the bottom. So once you filled out that paper, it looks like this. Filled it all out, signed it, put all your dog's information, parents' information, things like that. You could send it in and wait for 8 to 12 weeks without paying an extra fee. You kind of get what you pay for. I always say that. That's where it comes in the bully game. You get what you pay for. So they have 2 different rush services. A regular one, which is rush, in-house rush, they classify it as, and it's $20 per item. Now that per item is, let's say if you're registering 2 dogs, you're gonna pay $20 per dog plus your $30 registration fee, each dog. So in this case, I'm just gonna talk about 1 dog. This is MAGNETO. We're going to pay $30 and we're gonna go to the rush overnight. The difference on the rush in-house rush service and a difference on the rush overnight service is how fast the paperwork gets back to you. Both of them offer the same, which is 1 to 10 day, currently now 1 to 10 day processing. It used to be 1 to 5. So they both process your paperwork within 1 to 10 days. The rush, you'll get your paperwork back through UPS. The rush overnight, you'll get it one business day, overnight basically. That one's $35, and if you have any additional paperwork inside of it, it's $15. So we're going to pay $30 plus $35. Plus we're going to send our paperwork out in an envelope through the post office. I do priority mail. It costs me $8 to $10 typically when I send my paperwork out. The reason why I do that is obviously it gets to them a lot faster. They can process the paperwork a lot faster, and it means it gets back to me a lot faster. Not only that, I could track the paperwork. So I do priority mail for the paperwork going to them. If you're doing a rush service, it's very important that you put on the outside of the package that you're sending them. Rush overnight service or just rush service. They also want it on the top of the application. So make sure you put rush or overnight on the application and on the outside of the paperwork you're sending them. With ABKC, they ask for a couple different things. So you have your application. They want a copy of your pedigree, whatever your current registration is. So in this case, we're talking about UKC. So we're gonna make a copy of this front and back. So send them a clear copy front and back inside your folder, your envelope. And they want 3 pictures. In this case, I'm just gonna use this as an example. A picture of the front. They want a picture of one side and a picture of another side of the dog. So once you have those 3 pictures, your application, your copy of your pedigree, you're gonna put it inside an envelope, priority mail. It's gonna cost you about 8 to 10 bucks to priority mail it over to them to where they'll get it within 1 to 3 business days. To expedite it, we're talking about expediting the service. We don't wanna wait 8 to 12 weeks, 2 to 3 months to get our paperwork. We want them back in 5 to 10 business days. And this is the process we use. Rush overnight, fill out the application, 3 pictures of the dog, front, side, opposite side, obviously. Priority mail with the rush on the outside. And we're gonna put it all together and send it out to them. And that's basically it. Once you have that, you're good to go. You'll make sure to put your email on it, so that way you get email notifications if there's anything that you need to do that might be holding up your paperwork. You'll be notified right away. If you follow this process, you'll get your paperwork back in 5 to 10 business days, and your dog will be dual registered versus waiting 2 to 3 months doing it any other way. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button, click the notification up top with the bells, smash that like button. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching.